Okay, friends. So now let's make a profile. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a quick horizontal. So I have here I attach a model, Roadway. So let's open 3D plan. As you can see here, it's a roadway model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make something to go whoop, go on top of it. That's my plan. So what we're going to do is let's draw one here. And then just imagine it is going boop like this, but then I'm gonna make some curves between them. Or just one. What? Okay. Okay. And then I wanna complex it. Make sure there's gonna be a baseline since it's proposed. And then let's call this one CL1. Okay. Let's also add stations to it. Say start from here, 1,000. Good. Okay, let's get a profile view. Let's close the 3D now. So let's get a profile view for this. Put it here. So now you would ask, why do I attach the 3D view? Well, I attach the 3D view just so I can show you there are some ways that you can actually utilize the profile view more than you think. You can actually see 3D view within the profile view. As you can see, the surface is not perfect, so this is the tool I was talking about. Create a 3D cut. If you clicked on it and then use the method corner and just go up from here, start a point, and then boop till here. Basically anything in this window that I just made is gonna pop here, which is, as you can see here, these the models that I attached. As you can see them here, boop. So my game plan is, hear me out. I would like to make a profile that it's maybe going like this and then boop, jumping on top of them. Okay. And yeah, I wanted also to say something else too. So right now I am inside the CL1. So this one it is because I have a cut view. If I want to, the references, I'm gonna see the alignment itself referenced here, which is the 3D cut view. So if I want to utilize these, but I want to snap to them for some reason. So now we're gonna do profile. We're gonna just use the vertical tools. So if I clicked here, as you can see, I'm trying to snap to these. I can't. By default, when you do a 3D cut corner, Bentley have them off. So you need to come here and then allow the snap. So now that I allow the snap, now see what's gonna happen. Boop. I can touch it, raise a line, do whatever, right? Of course, nothing here. It's gonna be this. So I'm just drawing these. Like for example, like my whatever imaginary clearance that I'm trying to make. Okay, so first let's do a line. So come here and do a line. Let's do a line first between points. Let's see, I want to start from here. But for example, if I want to be more precise, I want to start from a specific stations. Let's fire up this. And then let's get profile offset. Here we go. So fire up the Civil AccuDraw and then go to this option, the profile offset. So now let me show you the 2D2. So as you can see here, my tool is moving. As you know, my alignment starts from here, right, till here, literally. But I only care about this area, right? So, but I want to start at specific stations, for example. So that's how you do it. So let me start at 1, 0, 1, 2 plus 0, 0.00, boop, explicitly. But the elevation, I can pick an elevation to enforce it, or here, I want to start from the ground, which is 0, boop. Okay, so now I draw it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it like this. And then I guess I want to end it somewhere here. Okay, let's do it again. By the way, you see how to switch between the top and the bottom? I forgot to say. In your keyboard, click on the word tap. So you tap in your keyboard, it will go up and down. So I wanted to go here. I want to start at sharp 1020 plus 00. And then, for example, I want it on a specific station. I'm sorry, a specific elevation, like here. So I'm just making this as a guide for me. And again, I do not have these checked, so I'm not going to worry about making these lines making relationships. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to draw a line from here. Let me go from here like this to here. So now I can delete this. So now I can come here. If I want to extend this to here, I can. And this one I don't care about because I'm going to make a curve between them. Okay, so now it's good. So now let's go here to curves. And let's say curve between elements. And I want it to be, let's do asymmetric, perpola. Okay, so let's pick this one and then let's pick this one. And of course, per the lines that I have is not going to meet the condition. So that's why I get red. If you ever seen this, don't think the tool is not working. It's just whatever you did here is not working, because the tool itself will go at the first element and the second element and then try to fill the equation between them. If it can't, you just get the red thing like this. That means it's not going to work. So let's try a basic one then. Parabola between things. So let's click on this one and then let's click on this one. So now this one seems like it's work, and as you can see I can move up and down till how I want it to be. So let's see, for example, I want it to be like this. And I know these numbers are crazy. Just saw them. The slope here, what is this? 14%, damn. Okay, so now I have it. So let's go here, geometry, profile by element, boop. Do this, and then do this one, and then do this one. I didn't do a feature, I can do it later. Which, by the way, I could have selected the feature from here. I know I have this tool. I didn't show you all this. I could select this from here. So let me get that here, because there are something. Oh. So, since we are in Florida, let's go here, linear. Do we have a profile one? I don't think we do. Yes, I don't think we do. It's just an FYI. People who are watching this from different states, here in Florida, they don't have a specific feature definition just for profile. They just want us to use the same one we are using here, we can use here. That's it. And the only thing the difference between them is the color. So if I want it to be a baseline, which is a proposed, so I activated this one. Now, let me go back. Let's complex it again. You see, it's already have it active for me, so pop. As you see, it already made it for me as a baseline. And in Florida, you can tell by the colors. That's how the feature definition is. And if I want to change this, for example, to center line, see, it's going to look like this. Just FYI. But in other states, like for example, Tennessee, do not use the alignment one, basically the horizontal one. The vertical one, they have their own feature. And why is this important? This is important later on when you're going to do annotation, because annotations work because whatever feature definition you have on it. This is how ORD work. Most stuff in ORD are feature definition. Feature definition is wrong, it's not going to work good. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. Let me put this here. So this one was going to activate it, because if I left this active, as you can see, right, anything I can draw right now, it will automatically make it a baseline. But if I don't want that, I don't want no feature here. Oh, let's do no feature. So I can just draw whatever I want. It's going to be last one, but this one's not going to have a feature on it. So whatever I want to do with it. Okay, so let's close this. Let's delete. So now, let's activate it and see how it looks here in the 3D. I always like also to say investigate it, see how it looks in the 3D. So let's click on it and let's boop, activate it. Here we go. It looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, at least according to my crazy thing. Damn. This is really non-constructible, so the cars will go Oh yeah, let's try to put design elements, standards on it and see if it's going to pass anything. It's probably not going to pass nothing. So here, let me get them again. Yeah, I want to put the flush shoulder on it and see what it's going to do. And the 50, and then let's apply to that. Oh, I saw an error message here. What is that? Okay, it does not want to add it. Let me again see what's the error message here. Okay. Cool. Let's maybe pick something else. Expressway, and then there we go. This one, it seems like, and as I expected, I got me some warning and some errors. As I can see it here right now. So let's see what errors that we have. And by the way, you see here, it looks different than the horizontal, right? But it's still the same. And you can also remove the vertical. That's what they call them, vertical design standard. After you're done. So let's see what it's saying here. What is wrong here? What is it telling me that is wrong? Damn, less than a minimum. Let's open this. Oh, I forgot I have it here. Okay, so here, so the crust is less than the minimum. As you can see, the design, it's 30, so okay. And this one is telling me the slope, of course, is greater. The max is 7%, 7%. We can try to fix that. Let's try to fix it and see if we're gonna be allowed. So let me make this one 7%. Click enter. Oh yeah, it's gonna that's the problem. See, 7% is gonna go, it's gonna go above the road. Well, we don't want that. And yeah, that's not gonna work. You know what, let's just leave it as it is. We know it's wrong anyway, right? But now let me just remove the standard. Like I said, I recommend you to add this to your work, just so you can check your work. And these here, the toolbar, first you select the category from here, whatever they have in your workspace. That's what FDUT have them according to their design criteria. And then here is when you get select your speeds. That's why they have two of them here. Okay, so now it's active, so let's save it. And let me think, do I have anything to add when it comes to profiles? I don't think so. These tools are amazing. They can do a lot of good things. So I recommend you spend time trying them, I'm playing with them. They help. They're good. Okay, and with that we are done with the profiles. Okay, and now since we are done with the profiles, last thing I'm going to do is let's clean up. So I'm going to click on this, boop, delete it. I don't want it anymore. Delete these, delete these, delete these. Let's do one-time annotated just to make sure it's good before I lock it. Okay, it seems like it's picking up annotations. And by the way, these annotations are per states, per you whatever feature I'm sorry, whatever the annotation group they have for you. So whatever you see in here, it's totally different, going to be in a different state, in a different workspace. So let's remove them because we don't want to leave nothing here. Only this one I want it to be active. So let's close it. And then let's delete this too. We don't want the model to be here anymore. We're done with it. So we only want our lovely alignment horizontally and vertically, as you can see. The last thing I would do is, after you are done with everything, come here, lock it. Just so nobody can do nothing to it. And the same thing also for the profile. And I guess my only advice is, please, when you lock it, I think it's already locked it, isn't it? Oh, well, yeah, it didn't. When you lock it, don't forget. Because sometimes you come, you forget, it's like, what is this? Oh my God, it's broke. I cannot do nothing, right? Because just pay attention here, it's locked. The same thing for horizontals. You can see all those, the ticks and the moves, so everything is gone because it is locked. So I recommend this is how you should leave your file. So let's save it. And let's do also one compress for good luck. I like to do all of them. Make sure I clean the file from everything and then save it and we are done. So let's close it. Okay. So now let's make plan and profiles. Okay, so this is an empty file, again made from seed. It's plan RD1, and again it depends on whatever workspace you are using. All of them can be different. So now let's reference the stuff that we're gonna need. We're gonna need, of course, the alignment files, right? And that's it for the profile portion. But for the plan portion, we're gonna need the design. We're gonna need also let me attach all these so I can pick one of them and make it. And then let's go get some topo or something so you can appear in the plans. Roadway. Okay, I think I have all of them, so let's go to survey. And maybe let's add some utilities and stuff too, because I want to point out some things existing drainage too. Okay. Okay, obviously we have some things that we're going to need to live nest. Oh my, okay. So topo RD401 scale is messed up there, so let's turn off scale. And what else here? Where's this coming from? This is coming from the utility, so scale is messed up here too. Where's this one? Let's turn off scale there. Okay. So most people, when they just start doing them, I mean, it's gonna be easy. It's not that hard to do. But there are some interesting thing that you can do to make actually your plans and profile looks neat and better. So before we go to name boundary, there are something I would like to point here. Let me put this here. And of course, we have a text file. You can add text file, so we're not doing that here. Let's go. Let me see if I can find it here. Ooh, it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna show or not. But as you can see, this. You see this? The drainage. It is literally on top of the design file. As you can see here too. Well, yeah, it is. It's on top of it. Let's go to another place. It might be more clear. Yes, here you can see it. You see, it's over the orange and the blue. So that's wrong. And this is always irk me because it's always, I recommend whenever you're trying about to make plans, just go here after you make all your references and then go fix your orders, your sequence, how the plan should look like. So with ORD is a little bit interesting. As you can see here, you think number 1 until number 8. These are the slot of you, like the way they got entered here. That's why they're a slot. But looking at them like this, anything that it's here on top is going to be in the bottom. And anything here in the bottom is going to be on top. And this is why, you see this file, this one here, the DREX, the utility, if we go back again here, you see it's here on the top. That's why it's on top of everything. Well, that's not how it should be. Always leave this because the plan RD is basically the file by itself. So if you have any stuff here you want them to pop, leave them here. If not, you can still move them to the bottom. But I would recommend, since you have nothing here and everything is coming reference, which is why I recommend your text, whatever, bring them from reference. So leave this one here. So now let's order these. The first thing I would like always to go on top of everything, especially when you look at the plan, black and white, it's going to be the alignments. The alignments always have to be on top, because when you look at the plan, the black and white, the alignments need to be on top popping. And then under them directly the design files. I'm going to put 1 here and 2 there. It doesn't matter just because you know one of them are mainline here for this project and none of them are ramps. And then after that, you fix your bottom layers, which you want to show first. I would say this is just going to be your preference. Like for example, we do not have sign and payment marking here. We do not have other stuff or signalization or ITS. So for people who are doing that, their order is going to be different. For example, if you have sign and payment marking and you are making sign and payment marking plan, alignment is going to be number 1. And then sign-in and payment marking file, and then the roadway. The same thing with signalization. The alignment is going to be on top, and then the signalization file, then the roadway file, then the other stuff. ITS is also going to be the same. Structure is going to be the same. Basically what I'm trying to say is when you make the plan, think of the layers and how they're going to look. So you want the focus of your plan and the top priority here to be what your plan is. Your plan is in roadway. Of course, the design is going to be top after the alignment. The alignment is going to be top on all of them because we need the alignment. That's how the contractor use it. It's a big important in any plans. And then after that, order which you need to show. So for here, we have the alignment, and then we have the 2D design roadway, and then this utility. So I'm going to move this here. It depends. I'm going to move this one here, and then topo. I'm going to leave topo really in the bottom. But I want the utilities and drainage and this one here, I think I have some type of utility to be here. And this one, I'm just going to leave it here. Let me put topo here. And again, if it was somebody also doing drainage, drainage will have their file. You need to push your file way above here on top of everything else. And so on and so forth. So now, let's just click OK. And then if we come here, and if you can see it or not, you see it's already now the design is on top of this UDX, and so on and so forth. These ones, where are they coming from? Well, I don't know if we're going to need them here or not. Actually, we're going to turn all these off because we don't need them. Because for our labels, like I said, this is why it's good to have stuff layered, because you can have your text file layered too, so you can also in control on how you want them to show. But for now, this is what I want, my alignment to be on top, and then I want my design to be next. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, when making plans and plans profiles, let's do first plan over profile. You need to talk to your, from the beginning. I see this happening a lot of projects. The project manager or whoever in charge just lets anybody just do anything. This is one of the important things. Whenever you get the project, talk from the beginning and look at the contract and see what it's needed from the beginning. What scale? By default, if duty usually is 50. But sometimes I had some projects that from the beginning explicitly asking for 40. So you knowing the scale from the beginning is something you need to know, because after cutting these, it's going to be held to redo them again. So knowing the scale from the beginning is really, really important. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do plan profile. So let's get view number 3 here. So let's pick one of these that have profiles in them. Give it a second, because as you can see here, oh my god, this alignment file, whoever was making it, they have a lot of references and they did not clean it up, so that's why it took so long. And this is why I always say clean up your file. Okay, so this one have plans and profiles. So what we're going to do is we're going to do plans and profile for this one. So before we do the profile, let's do the plan first. Go to your name boundaries, and then let's go here to using the civil plan. And by the way, for people who doesn't know, civil plan, it doesn't just need an alignment, it just needs a line, by the way. So I'm going to explain that here. First, if you're going to do just one plan, you're just going to select this plan by itself. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a plan profile, plan over profile. And we want, this is the first part is plan. So if I click on this one here, I want the scale to be 1 to 50. So I'm going to select this, and then you get to move, and you can see it here where you want it to start and end. For example, most people, we honestly just have a little bit, but again, talk to whoever wants the files. Because I see a lot of people do them, and then the UR and the QCer, they have their own way of wanting stuff to do. So always check with them. And then, as you can see, you can move to the whole end to make plan profiles. So, but for this, we're not going to do a lot of them. Let's just do, for example, 3 or 4. And I'm not going to select this create drum because I don't want to do that now. I'm just going to do this. Poop. So the other thing I would like to note, people, that you don't need an alignment to do these, because I've seen some unique scenarios where you're going to need plans, but you don't want them to follow alignments. So you can do the following. Go to your drawing and then get a smart line, whatever line it is, just draw it, it's non-plotting. And then you can fire up the tool in it. Well, let me just push it here just so you can see. It doesn't matter what it is, right? So I can put it here. So now if I fire up the tool, for example, I just want to do plan only for this one. I get selected here, and you see it will make plans for me. But the center of the plan, as you can see, the name boundary is going to be this file. So it is always like for unique stuff like this. I've seen some other project, you don't want the center to be this alignment. You want the center to be something else. You do not have that something else. You can actually just draw your own line. But this is going to be tricky, because this is a little bit advanced, because with this, as you can see here, the station is an offset. I'm sorry, the station is literally going to be the station that you have in this line. So my trick for that, either leave it like this and don't care about it, but if you're still anal, you can also, like, as you know, after you draw this, you can go still to geometry, and start station, and you can add station to this stupid line. And for example, you want it to start 1,000. And now let's go to draw and production, and let's click on it. Oh, too fast. I clicked too fast. Let's go back here again. Here you go. As you can see right now, it's reading the station that I just added to it. So you can actually have a ghost structure line, whatever you want to call it, to make it to construct your plans without actually using a real alignment. Just FYI. Okay, so now we made these. These are called name boundary. Where to find them? To find them here. Click on this caret here. And sometimes you don't see them here. Just close it and open it again. It's a glitch in ORD. But as you can see here, it's already made the group for me with 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the name boundaries. And it named them, it usually named them, it's not usually, always, using the name that you have for the feature definition for the alignment itself. So this is why when you make your alignment, the feature definition name is really, really important. Because you're going to use it here, or you're going to use it here. Also later on, when you're going to do annotation, or you're going to annotate it using this. So it's really important. The feature definitions and also the name that you have to it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's make profiles. And profiles, I want to show y'all some different stuff to it. Oh yeah, and, oh, okay, yes, I forgot something else. Before we jump into profiles, let me show you something else. I mean, in case you don't know. Let's click here, and let's go to here. As you can see, by default, it will be always here, right? Where the line stops. But if you want it to be, I mean, I guess a little bit further, you can actually change the number here, and it will go back for you. So as you can see here right now is 1435 plus 35. Well, so let's do 1435 plus 20 then. 35 plus 20.00, and then click enter so you can lock it. So now if I locked it, you see, it moved it a little bit. Because I know some people, their alignment might start here, but they want to show this stuff. So if you want to show stuff like this, you can, let's go actually 4 plus 0, 0, and see how far it's going to take it. Let me unlock this. As you can see here, it moved it. See that? Because I know a lot of people, when they make plans, they want like extra space. And the same thing also going to happen here in a profile. Because sometimes, for example, your profile is starting here, but you still want to show the existing ground for whatever reason. You might have a bridge here or something. You want to show it, you can do that. So you can actually go further for that. Okay. So now, let's go here. As you can see here, somebody already have these clips for the bridge models. But whoever did this, they did them in a not a good workflow. But if you have structures that you wanted to show here, if you have different alignments, I'm sorry, different whatever buildings that you have, you want to make them appear with your profile. How to do that? Reference them. That's it. It's not that hard to do. Because I know most people will think, oh, let's just draw them by hand. Well, yes, that's the easy way. Well, I guess that's the easy way for a brain to think about it, but it's not technically the easy way. Because if you already modeled everything, just attach to the 3D view and they will appear in a profile view. So I tried to create a 3D view, but as you can see, I don't have it. So, of course, some people will think, let's reference the DTM, the surface, and then activate it, and it will make me a 3D view or a 3D model. But there are also other ways of doing that. So when I expose you to it, just draw a line. And then after you draw a line, come here to the vertical, and then, nope, not the vertical, here, to profile by constant elevation. And then you're going to get this tool. You can type whatever, 3, 5, whatever, 5 in the air, it doesn't matter. So I'm click on it. So now what it did is, it gave this line a profile. Meaning, if I open this line, as you can see, the line is already here, or at least the profile. We do not see the existing ORD because, again, I do not have it attached here. But why I did this? I did this because now I can do this. it already made a 3D view for us. And if you look at your models, you already have now a default 3D view. And then after you do that, so poop, close it. So this is maybe will answer the question, when you start your work, what seed do you use? Do you use 2D or 3D? Okay, for plans like this, I would say just use the 2D, because within the 2D you can create a 3D. Because ORD, when right now the effect they ask it to go draw a line and give it elevation, what it did is it went and made a 3D model. A 3D model, let me show you how a 3D model is made. And it's vice versa, by the way. Even if you have a C3D, you can create a 2D inside the 3D. This is what ORD did. As you can see here, it's from design, because the file that I have right now, as you can see here, the seed that it's using is the 2D. But if I went and I, of course, where the seeds as, and I ask it to select the 3D, for example, let's just do this one. If I wanted to select the 3D, as you can see here, is the 3D. See, it's already switched to 3D, and now I want to make a design 3D. It's gonna make a 3D design file for me. I'm sorry, model for me. And that's actually the right way of doing it. I see a lot of people, what they do is, they come here and copy this one, and then rename it and paste it. Please don't do that. And let me just tell you why. I don't know if it's 100% correct or wrong, but I've seen problems happen when people do this. Because for some reason ORD keeps some type of ghost memory in the background when it comes to models. So you are using somebody else's model they already made. Maybe don't do that. It's here. You can click on this here and look at the seed that you have here. If it's a 3D, be careful, but if it's a 2D, you can click on it. Let's go back to where our seeds is. And again, you can go back to ORD 101. There I explained different places where you can get your seed at. So let's get a 2D here. So here, this is the design one. This is the default one. The drawing one is the drawing model. The sheet one is the sheet model. So you can actually make them from here. If you, for some reason, for example, made a drawing model, but you didn't make a sheet, you can come here and make a sheet and then go to the sheet and reference the drawing model in it. For any God knows reason you want to have a different default model, you can make it from here, which is, by the way, I don't do. I do not like to have in a file multiple defaults model. I like to keep it as basic as ORD intended it to be. You're only going to have one 2D default, one 3D default, and then you can have as much as you want, well, max, let's say 50. Drawing model and max 50 sheets per file. Because after that, you might going to start seeing logging. It's going to be slowing for you. Okay, just FYI. So now, let's go to profile. Let me close this. And like I said, when you close your alignment file, only leave the earth in it and nothing else. So that's why we can see the earth here. It's good. We don't need it. Okay. So how to create a profile view, but I want it to be matching these sheets, meaning I want the profile view to start from where this one is starting and ending here, and then another one from here to here. How to do that? Let's go to your draw and production and open this, and let's go to profile views. And then the seeds, which is important, again, what you see here, this is the Florida one, different workspace, different states, they have different seeds. The names might be different. So what we're gonna do is here, we're gonna do profile, plan over profile, and the profile segment. So that's what we're gonna select, and I'm gonna leave it as 50. And then the method. So let me show you a different method. The first method is station limit. If I selected this one, look what he's telling me identify the profile. So if I came here, I'm gonna start moving left or, oh, actually I locked it, I should unlock it. I'm gonna start moving, that's when I'm gonna do my start. But I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do them like independent from the plan. I want them actually to match the plan. So to do that, the method select the plan group. Remember the group that we looked at here? It is here. So if you click on it, this is the one that you're gonna see. If you have multiple groups, you're gonna see all of them here. So I want it to be this, and then, again, say identify, pop. So I'm trying to move, we get an error message. So the error message is telling me, oh, give it a second. Maybe it's not going to appear. We'll see. Let's wait on it. And I know this file is going to be super slow because the profile itself have a lot of stuff in it. Okay, we are back. So it made these for me, and I wanted to show them to you. Why? Let's go back again to the tool. Because use vertical, active vertical, I unchecked that, and then I told it to use terrains, but the terrain here in the bottom. So why I went here up top? Well, because somebody left this here in the alignment file. So it freaked out, and you think actually that the terrain is actually existing somewhere here. So this is why I always say clean up your alignment file. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to close this, and then the right way of doing it, come here and then delete them. They are gone. So now let's try another thing. So by default, this one is going to be active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, don't use terrains, just use the active vertical, which I would hope this is the active one, right? And keep everything as it is, and then click on it, and here we go. See? Now it's working. Or at least it selected them, because what it did is, you see, it's the center of the name boundary is the profile itself. And it's trying to make it centered, I guess, from the beginning to the end. So yes, I want these right now, so we're going to make them. Poop. So now we have them, we have a plan, and we have profile. So let's go here, and let's do some tidied up, some cleaning. So this one here, you can look at them here. You can rename them if you want to rename the group. Of course, this was already going to be plan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the profiles, as you can see here, is made them profile 5, 4, 6, 6, 1, but I want them actually to be plan 1, profile 1, right? So we can do that. I could have done this because when the window was on, I left it like this. So we started from this. But I could have asked it to start one, so it will start doing it one. But I didn't do that intentionally, just so I can show you that you can do it from here. You're not going to see it now because it's glitching. Let's do 2. Let's do 3. And then let's do 4. Oh, okay. Let's leave that 4 by itself. So let's close it and redo it again. So let's open it again. Okay. So as you can see, profile 1, profile 2. You see, before it didn't appear, you have to close it and reopen it. So now, I'm just being lazy. So let's copy this. Let's go here. I only recommend this just to be neat, to have like order in your digital file, so people who come after you don't get confused, don't waste a lot of time trying to decipher your work. So now let's open it again. So we have a group for plans, and we have a group for profile, but here in the plan, you see they have something linked to it. They have a profile group linked to it, which is this group. So now, the moment of truth, what can we do is, we can just come here, or here, one of them, right click. Well, first of all, let's select these. This one here, because I want the dialog to appear. And annotation, you can select it now, you can do it later. It doesn't matter, but if you want to do it, let's just do it. And then right click here, and then select Create Plan Profile. Okay, so now we're going to see 2 windows, right? And it is under the plan profile. This is the plan, this is the profile. So what you're going to do is, it's going to create the plan, view, and put it in a drawing model, and then go to the profile, get the name boundary, and put it in a drawing model, and then create a sheet and put plan 1 with profile 1, plan 2 with profile 2 on top of each other. I recommend always try to do them in one file and then have multiple files. Like for example, this one have like, it depends how big your work is. I would say, I know at the beginning I said 50, 50 if it's a light work. Let's maybe just pick a number, 20, 25. Don't do more than that. Let's see, you know what, let's just say 20. Don't do more than 20. If other than that, just do them another, make another file and continue your series there. But again, it depends how you are working. If you have multiple people, you want to spread the work with them, it depends, right? In your situation. Before I click OK and move on, there are a few things I wanted to point out. You see this scale here for the plan? This scale always need to match the scale of the detail, period. The same thing here. This scale need to match the detail. When it comes to the sheets, it's always going to be 1:1. It's always going to be 1:1. That's not going to change for the sheet. And then annotation, you can select it from here, so you can make it for you. Or let's not do it now. I'm going to leave it none. The profile also, we can leave it none, so we can do it later. But if you want to do it now, you can do it now. But I'm just going to leave it now off so you can do it later. The other thing, there are some people, again, that coming from the old generation and mentally kept this also here. You can create one sheet per DGN. I am against this. And let me tell you why. Because if you did this right now, it's going to go and it's going to make Planar D1, Planar D2, 3, 4, 5, and all of them, they only going to have drawing model, for plan drawing model, for profile, and one sheet. You're not going to have the default model here. So basically making this is just going to be cutting the cake and taking the cake and putting it in a different box. And that box is far away from the main one. Meaning, I don't like to do this because what if I wanted to come back here and add stuff? What if my profile view, I want to come back to it and do some changes? I guess you can do them there in those, but if you have this here, it's always better. Again, this is, like I said, how I like to make the file. You have the design, which is basically your canvas, and then you have your drawing model and your sheet model. That's how I like to do it. That's how I recommend you do it. If you are one of those people who want to make them in different files, please go ahead. Just pay attention to the pros and cons to every method, I guess. The other thing here too is, if I selected this, what you're going to do is, you can actually go to a different drawing model. This is where it gets complicated. You can make this created actually in a new drawing model, and it will be separate in its own file. Okay, I hope I'm not making you confused. Let's before I explain this, let me. So you see this is a name boundary, right? So this name boundary, it is alive here, right? This name boundary gonna create two products, or is supposed to create two products. The first product is going to be a drawing model. The second product is going to be the sheet model that the drawing model is referenced in it. However, ORD allow you to create this drawing model in its own separate file if you wanted to do that. You can do that from here. And then, whatever reason you wanted to do that, then you go and you bring it back to the sheet file if you have your sheet files in a different file. But we're not going to do that. I don't want to do that. And of course, the sheets too, you can do them in different sheets. So this sheet file gonna have only the sheets, but the drawing models, they're gonna be in this file. So what ORD gonna do is gonna make drawing models here, and then go to the other DGN that have the sheet files and reference this there. I would say, I'm sure there are reasons for this, whatever your situation is, but there are options. But if you don't want to do that, I say don't do that, just leave it as it is. Here, like I said, we're not doing this, everything looks good. This match this, this match this, we are good. Sheets are new, it's good. So now let's do a pop. You can do open model, but I'm gonna uncheck it because sometimes it takes time, because I can open them by myself. And as you can see here, it's 15, 16, 17, pop, 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 pop. And like I said at the beginning of making alignments, please, please, please take a screenshot, go to your AI or Gemini in Google and ask it, what is this going to do, what is this not going to do? And what's the difference between them? And then make your own decision. Like seriously. Or go to the help manual and to try to find the tool's name, and then Bentley actually in the manual will explain to you why they did something and what is the difference between this and that. Okay, so now it's done. Let's close this. Let's close this. So we see we already have the models. So let's look at our models. So we made for us plan 1. And inside this plan 1, you see a drawing model for the plan view, from a name boundary for the plan, and then a profile name boundary for the profile view. So this is the sheet, that's the sheet model, and that's the logo of the sheet, and the drawing models have this logo here. So I go to plan 1, so this is plan 1, and then profile 1, this is profile 1. And it's not annotated yet, we're going to annotate that together. The only thing is annotated here is the element itself. So now, let's go back again to these. Let me just show y'all some things that need to be fixed. So if all the files that you are using are working good and doing the same thing without a problem, you're going to be good. And we could have fixed this if I was using, for example, like a container. And in the container, I would turn off the scale of this. Oh my God, let me show y'all. It's this file. Let's go to plan. Let's go to plan 1. So here, it's still one of those utilities. Ugh. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm just going to turn off the scale here for these files, but that doesn't mean that it turned out the scale here for what I'm going to do here. No, it's still here. That's why these are here. If I change the scale here to something else, it's still working. The scale, me turning it here, I'm just telling it to turn the scale in the references. I don't want it to give me the scale from the other one, whatever that file have, because that's telling me that one of these files have a different scale that we all should be, which is a 50. But to solve this, instead of you have to keep doing it one by one, I guess the recommendation I would do for you, make a container, reference anything that you want, go to your references, update the sequence, and have that container ready. For example, Roadway have their own container, drainage container, sign-in container, signal container, and then there, order them as you want, scale them as you want, and be done, and then just bring them here. Instead of doing everything here in one place. That's also an option. But let's work with what we have now. So the first one, which is here, as you can see, I turn it off. It is still, oh my God, unfortunately, even here, doesn't want to turn it off. Good God Almighty. So what I have to do, I have to go to all of them one by one and turn it off, or, which is what I'm going to do so I don't waste time here, because we want to learn stuff, right? I'm just going to go to my references and take those utilities out. Let's see, is this one, what about this one? This one have something in it? Yep, this topo too. Oh God, poop. Okay, that's it, we're done with these. So now, let me go check mine. Okay, and let's go to plan. Looks good, 2 looks good, 3 looks good, 4 looks good, profile looks good, 2 looks good. Okay, so now let's go to plan. By default in ORD, or at least in Workspace, Florida Workspace, whenever you create a drawing model, ORD will go look at these elements and look at their feature definition. If you remember the beginning, I'm thinking ORD care about feature definition. So ORD here in this model, within this workspace, and I'm saying this workspace, because I've seen some other workspaces, they're doing this automatically. You have to do it manually. You have to annotate the element manually. But in Florida, for some reason, they coded that within the seed of their drawing model. It will go find the feature definition and automatically, poop, annotate them. So how to fix that? Unfortunately, in Florida, this is what you need to do. Let's get the references. So this is the reference here. Let's turn it off. And then let's just take them out. And yeah, and let's turn back the scale of the reference because I don't need that anymore. And then let's do the others too. Plop. Let me turn it off first. Okay, so now let's go here. So this one is on. Okay, now let's annotate the drawing models. So in Florida Workspace, when it comes to the plans, the only annotation that they have here is the north arrow. That's it. That's all it's going to do for you. Pop, you click on it and it's going to pop, bring it this for you. But other workspaces, they have some extra annotations. Some of them actually are way fancy. They have match lines too. And FYI, per Florida as of 2026, per FDM, we do not need match lines. They are not needed anymore. However, there are still old-fashioned engineers and UORs and construction people. They still want to see them because they do want to understand how models work and how ORD work. But Florida actually took them out. They took them out from their plan annotation group and they took them out from the FDM, which is will take me to always check with your whoever entity, district, county, whatever, private client. Look at their standards and what they want to see, what they don't want to see. So just going to do the default and I'm going to do all drawing models. So he's going to go to all the plans ones and give them the arrows. As you can see, you drop it here as one by one. It's a glitch. You just have to go to one by one and open them. And it will work. Or, again, this is a unique to Florida thing. You can come here. They have something called refresh model. So if you clicked on that and then added this one, what is it going to do is select refreshed model. I don't know if it's going to do it. It's going to do it only to the sheets. Yeah, the drawing model, unfortunately, the drawing model, we have to do them by ourselves. Yeah, you see it still. So yeah, this tool only work. Later on, we're going to do the names here. Because again, when you apply these, you still have to open the sheets. So to do that here, you have to use that tool to refresh model. Unfortunately, they don't have a refresh model here for drawing. This tool only refresh sheet models. But again, this is just Florida. If you're not in Florida, don't worry about this. You always have to do it by yourself. So I open this one, pop, pop, pop. And let's turn these on. And let's go to this one and let's turn this on. Here we go. Okay, so now what I wanted to do, for example, so I don't waste time, I just wanted, I know I've been saying I don't waste time and I'm wasting time. Well, I guess I'm so hard on myself. I don't think I'm wasting time, but let's go annotate element. For example, I have a bunch of alignments here, but I want to annotate only one, right? So again, you can have your annotation in a text file. We already talked about that, but if I want to just annotate this one, just this view, so I can click on the element itself. I want to annotate this one, for example, and I just want to annotate this one. That's it. So I selected them, ta-da, and that's the only thing it annotated for me. For whatever I'm trying to achieve for whatever I have here, right? Again, it depends on whatever task you have. So let's go to profiles. Profiles are like the same. In FDOT workspace, it will automatically annotate the element, but it does not annotate the drawing model itself, meaning the grid, we don't see the grid. We only see this stuff, that's mean this element is annotated. So if I go to here, remove annotation, let me show you what I'm talking about. Or do like I did with the plan, turn off everything and just pop, delete them. But we want them, so let's annotate them again. And now let's annotate the model itself, right? So annotate drawing model, and of course I want all of them. You can do just one if you want, or all of them. And I want the profile, and you need to select the right one per your scale, per your workspace. Here we go. Check the other ones that it made them. And I know some people might want extra labels here and stuff. So this is the place. If you have extra stuff you want to do, you can come do them here in a drawing model. Please do not go do them outside. Meaning, do not go here and annotate here. Do not do labels here. Please, go to the drawing model and do that. Okay, so with that, now let's go to plan. Okay, so this look good. So I guess the last thing is, so if you are not from Florida, I guess you can end up here, have a wonderful day in. We'll see you later. But if you are in Florida, you want to stick here, I want to show you how to label these. Different states do them differently, right? Some people, they have their own border, it's ready, and then you go to references and you reference the border here, and pop, you have it. But there are some states, like Florida, the border itself, the cell of the border, as you can see, have these boxes in it. So these boxes are the information for these cells. Where to get this one from? If you just went to your cells and search in your library and look whatever you have here. So we have here a custom set, which is a whole situation here. I mean, you can make your own custom sheets too. So let's just make a default for now. Where are Roadway? So, oh yeah, and by the way, the north arrows also are from here. I think the sheets are in their own. Yep, in the sheets. Here we go. So if I clicked on this one, and then I made sure it's 1-to-1, and then double click on it, and here we go. I can bring a border here. And the border, as you can see itself, all of them still have these. Of course, you can come here and fill them manually, but please don't do that. There are faster way of doing that. So let's close this. Oh yeah, and let me just, if anybody wanted to get the arrows too, because I see a lot of people, they put the arrows in a default model. Let me show you how you can actually put them in a plan. You can do this dynamic, unrotated. The first thing you need to do to unrotate it, as you can see, because the cell is going to come straight up north, and then go to your cell and go find whatever your arrow is. It depends on your workspace, right? Yeah, let's say I want to do this one, right? Pop, click on it, and then drop it wherever you want to drop it. Make sure it's now, because it's unrotated now. Let's come here and let's do 2-point, and now let's rotate it how we want it to show in a plan. Ta-da! That's how you do it. Just FYI. So let's delete that. Now let's go back to one of these sheets. Okay, so let's fill these. So what I'm about to show y'all here, it only works with ProjectWise. Okay, this might be complicated to some. If your company is still using the old classic way of how ProjectWise workspaces are, which is a hybrid, piece of them is in your local machine, part of them is in ProjectWise. If you don't understand this, that's okay, you don't have to worry about this. If they actually have a dynamic workspace, they should actually explain to you how to use FDUT tools with the new way, using ProjectWise Drive. But since you don't have that, we don't have that, we're just going to work with what we have, because I know a lot of people still have this classic way. So it's known that if you open this one, while it's in ProjectWise, click on Browse, it's not going to take me to ProjectWise. It's not going to take me like where the sheets is, because you know the sheet is here, right? It's going to take me here. Oh, no, let's not close this, honey. Let's go back here. It's going to take you to your C drive. So what I would say is, and you can, if you clicked here, if you select this one, and you clicked OK, this is what it's going to do. This is what the tool is going to do. Let's go to your C drive. And as you know, ProjectWise, where does ProjectWise work? And then because this is RSNH workspace, and then you see all these here? Yeah, a bunch of sheets in them, a bunch of stuff. Whatever I was doing somewhere, ProjectWise keeps dropping stuff. You guys know that, right? Any sheets, anything that you ever use is going to bring it here. That's how ProjectWise works. When you double click on it, you will bring resources and the files locally. So to trick this tool, to make it work, you can do this, which is crazy. I don't think you should do it, the first step, but you can do the other step. Select this one, and then just click OK. If you did that, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go any sheet model for any project I have ever opened from RSNH workspace, they're going to bring them here. So it's going to take a long time. But we don't want that. I just wanted to bring my Plan RD, right? So how to do that? If you opened it, let's open again ProjectWise. Oh, yeah. Give it a second. Okay, so I was saying, if you go here to your ProjectWise, the file itself that I have open here, you see I have a folder ID, right? 652779. So I just need to find it, right? So let's minimize this. So right now, you see if I went to RSNH and then here, I don't see it. I only see this one here. So this is a trick, how to override this trick by doing the following. Let's go find this one. Let's go to the C drive, and then let's go to P work, and then RSNH, and then user 05 506774. Okay, so it's this one. Let's open it and see what's in it. So what you see in it is, it's just this DMS and this blank thing. So I feel like this is a trickery from FDUT. For some reason they did it, or project-wise, or somebody is doing something. Because why do we need this? I don't need it. But for some reason he's downloaded it. Because to me, this stuff is the stuff that comes with the workspace. That is not even used. But this stuff, this folder, it's stopping this tool from working. So what you can do is, pop, let's delete it. And don't worry about it. Even if you deleted it, it's going to come back later. So you see what happened here? Now we don't see nothing, right? So now let's just do OK. Oh no, I should have done OK. Ah! Dang it. Okay, so my friend, I did OK. Look what's going on here. It's telling me now, oh my God, 282 files. Oh! Okay, I don't know if I can shut it off. Can I? Oh yeah, let me shut it off because I don't want it to do that. Because he's doing what I told you he's going to do from the beginning, go to look for everything. But I don't want to do that. I just want to go to a specific folder. Okay, so let's give it a second. Let's wait on it. It's freezing on me. Yeah, the more of story I should have clicked OK, I should have clicked cancel. Okay, the more of story I should have clicked OK, I should have clicked cancel. But okay, let's open it now again. So now let's do browse. As you can see, it resetted everything. So now go to the C, and let's go to your P work, and then your R's and H. And now you're going to see all the folder. See how magical that is? And this is the one that we want. Where is it? And by the way, this is also for Atkins Realis people, right? I mean, if we still haven't, we'll see. Because there are some work in the background, they might change it to ProjectWise Drive, but for now, you can do this. So the folder is 652779. So let's go find that. Here we go. So now if I click just on this folder and I do OK, ta-da, it brought my sheets. See? Haha, that's it. So now let's move them down. Oh, oopsie, I need to click from here. Sorry. And then move. And then after that, I'm going to do select all. Oh, not select, I'm sorry. Here. Ugh, don't select all. Select none. Here now. So now they are here. This is a different window. So for your numbers, let me show you how to number them. You can do bulk sheet number like this. And you can start it by 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, right? 1 and then increment 1 and then do OK and then see in number them like that. This is why later on when I was asking about your model's name, because the PSET people are going to need to know the right model's name and also your number, and you're going to need to know that. Obviously, this is not how it works in real life, right? You should not number until later on you know where your plans, part of the whole set, right? But for this example, we're just going to make them 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it's a valid thing to do also. You can make them just 0, 0. Oh, let me do that here. A second. Oh, it's thinking. What I was going to say is, it's a valid thing. Sometimes I see people do it, and even though I wish people don't do that, but I have no problem in doing it because it depends on your project. It depends if it's set up right or not. You can also do 0 and 0 and do OK. And then later on, when we're going to apply this, go to your Bluebeam and put a box here and then number them. I see a lot of people do that. They number in Bluebeam. I know a lot of people say, do not do that, do not do that. Digital file need to have that, which is the correct way. But if you are still learning, if this is not working for you, you know, you're going to make it work, right? But you can actually number it from here. Or number it 1 by 1, if you have 200 sheet. It depends. Okay. So let me just go back here, bulk sheet numbers, make it 1, and then 1, and do OK. So now let's fill the information, right? Which is, after all of them selected, let's do update. sheet information. So it's going to open this window for me. So now here, it's going to ask for the title. You see the titles here, the top, and then the middle and the bottom. So in the bottom one, I can want to call this plan profile, right? Oh. Okay, I fixed this one. Okay, let me make sure it's right. It's F-I-E-L, right? Profile, okay. And me naming, and this, again, this is just for the example. Of course, you need to name it the same name as you have in your case sheet, the same name as your DUT you wanted to see, right? The project number, I guess you can have the project number here. I'm just going to type any number, road number, let's say State Road 55. And then the county, you get to pick the counties in the same too. You see, as you hear, the cells have top, middle, one, so just pick one of them, whatever yours. I'm going to do it the middle, so it can appear in the middle. If you have sheets, cells for bridge sheets, you can use these. But since we're not doing bridge sheets here, you're not going to need to do this. So this one here, this is the UR information. You can fill your UR information here, one by one, right? And add all the information here. But then you're going to need to find the FAC node, which is here. So do not do that by hand, unless you can copy it from somewhere and paste it, right? What FDUT recommend is, if you clicked here, you're not going to see these. You see these because I have them in an Excel. And this Excel comes from FDUT. Oh. So let's click here, which is the professionals Excel, right? I have it in my desktop. Let me see where I do have it. I think I have it somewhere here. Yep, professionals Excel. And then in it, I have the name of the URs, right? So let me go, for example, let's do JSON. And you see it's already filled that for me because I selected this to be a engineer of record, right? Because they have different ones for different FAC nodes. So if I did surveyor, it's not gonna change it from here because I guess it's gonna be done in the Excel. But the FC node is coming from whatever the type of the professional that you are selecting to be. So engineer of record, and now let's do OK. So now let's look at them. It seems like it's filled all of them for me, right? So now let's do commit changes. And it's telling me it's done, so let's close it. And you can see right now, poop, ta-da, it did it. And how to refresh the other one, this is when you're going to use the tool right now here. Refresh models, and select this one and add it, and then say refresh. It's literally going to go open them, pump, 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 and fill it. You see it's empty, and then it's filled. Empty, and then it's filled. And this will help when you have like thousands of sheets. Okay, so if somebody will ask me, where do you get the Excel, that Excel from? Okay, let's go here. Again, this also depends on your project-wise people. Your project-wise, if they are actually doing their job good, they need to put that here in Symbology or your CAD manager. They need to have it here. But obviously, I don't see it, but let me show you what it is. It comes from the resources actually FDUT delivered to people that you can download free from their website. So let's go find that out. Let's go FDUT Connect 1012, and then organizes in Civil, FDUT, and then Asset Manager. I don't see it here. I think it is in the templates. Where's templates? No, it's not. Okay, if it's not there, where is it? Yeah, data template. I'm sorry, data template. And this is the professional Excel. Get it, copy it, paste it, use it. Unfortunately, most project-wise people, maybe they're not, they don't do their, I guess they need to be involved with workspaces, because you cannot just be calling yourself project-wise admin and you don't know the workspaces that you are working with. Anyway, when you have this one, as you can see here, you can name whoever you want, and then you type their license here, and then you select whatever professional they are. For example, landscaper, and then the company, blah, 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 and all that information. And then do another one, a third one, a fourth one, a fifth one, whatever you want. And then, poop, save it. That's it. You don't have to worry about any of these. Just fill it here and then save it, and then you can use it. And whenever you fire up the tool, of course, I'm going to override this one because it's the resources. You fire up the tool, just select it, and you're going to fill it for you. OK, so now let's do some printing. Actually, let me do a piece set. Okay, so now, like I said, let's do a piece set. Let me go to print organizer. Um, so I would like to say something. I mean, recommend you to keep your piece set organized. It's just, I guess, a good practice for you to do. First, when you open it, let's just save as. We can save the name. Give it a second. I mean, it depends whatever you want to call it. For me, I usually call it how the PDF is going to be finally delivered to FDUT, which is how they want it to be, which is the FPD ID number and then dash and then whatever, roadway plan or whatever it's called. That's how FDUT wants. But again, if you're in a different state, just call them whatever, because later on you can rename the PDF anyway. So do this and then dash roadway. Oh, roadway. Here we go. And description, I guess, roadway. Plan profile. Again, but of course, the description, just name it whatever it is, because giving a description is always important, because whoever gonna come after you inherit the file, they're gonna get what they what they see in it. Okay, so yes, I want it to be a roadway, so do okay, and then save. Okay, so now that it's saved like that, what I would like to recommend, instead of just clicking here and start adding the DGNs, make a folder. This is good actually for plan profile, for your hygiene when it comes to folder, because you have plan profile, you can have a key sheet before that, or whatever sheet, general notes, cross sections, the geotech stuff. You can have them like in different folders. It's better because when you have them like that in a bunch of folder, and then click again on roadway and add another folder, and then add another folder, and so on and so forth, and then you can right click, like I say, boop, and rename them whatever you want. So now let's go back to this folder. Here I want to add the DGN itself. As you know, ORD will pick it up. We'll pick the sheet models from it, right? I need to go to the working folder. Here we go. Roadway, and then the plan itself, so let's add that. And then for the style, again, if you're in the different states, you're going to see different things here, right? The print style is different per workspace. Since we are in Florida, that's what we're going to see here. And then let's do OK, and then let's give it a second till you add all of them. What you're going to do right now is just going to add the sheet models here, and you're going to see them. So that's why within the DGN itself, naming the plans by order, plan 1, 2, 3, 4. So later on when you could put them here, you're going to know them exactly the order they should be appeared in the PDF. So now I added them here, and I'm going to print them. But before I do that, since I selected the FDUT gray existing pen table, let me save this. And there are some things I would like to talk about before I hit print, because I just remembered I did not talk about that at the beginning. So because of Florida here, they try to make everything easy, right? So in the where's the references? So the references themselves here, you see this topo and then these are the ones I want them to look gray, right? And I want the proposed to be dark black. So what I missed to tell y'all guys is this: topo for the topo and then UTX for the UTX. You're gonna say, what the heck are these? Well, my thing I'm gonna tell you is I have no idea, but after doing some research, this is how FDUT made their pen table to recognize whenever you put this logic name here, to recognize that this one need to be gray. which is 2%. So somebody will say, how to find about these, where to find them from? Well, let's show y'all where. Okay. And by the way, there are another way of making the print. You know, you can do overrides, which I can go over. Let's just click on print here. And then let's click on style, gray existing. So you see, I already brought this one for us. So if I'm going to go to this one here, of course, it's not a project-wise. It's here. It's this one. So this is the pen table, right? So let's open this one. Not open it. I'm sorry. Yeah, open it in a note. So as you can see here, begin gray existing. They have here logic. I mean, if you know programming, it's literally as easy as this here. That's exactly what they did. They had a freaking line here, and they have the logic name, and then they have these. So any reference that have these supposed to get triggered to show the color 20, which is the gray one. See, out color. It's as simple as that. So just FYI, most people, they don't know what's inside these. They just think they are things, but they actually have a lot of things in them. Also, I have a video that I made few years ago. Oh God, it's probably the beginning of my YouTube stuff. It's called. Okay, let me show it to y'all. It's this one. Just go to YouTube and search for it. How to create plans and use FDUT gray existing pen table in ORD. So in this one, I will show you. In this one, actually, I will show y'all how to make your own custom pen table. This is really good if you want to get into more advanced how to control all the levels instead of just the generic way. Just select this and then go and make them topo and all that. You can actually customize here. This is the pen table. You can actually customize it. This is the one that comes from FDUT, but you can actually customize it and add stuff. That video is old, but the information in it will help. Okay. So that's what I missed for now. Anyway, let's just go back again to file and let's fire up the pen table. And let's do print organizer. Let's open this one. Working, and then where's my roadway? Here we go. So let's open that. Here you go. Now we have the, like I said, my folder. So I just want to print this one. I can save it. Where should I save it? Okay, good. Give it a second. Okay, so I finished printing. The file is in project wise. Let me open it. I'm gonna open it with, I wanna open it with this one. I don't wanna open it with Bluebeam. I wanna open it with the Foxit. Give it a second. Oh, it's another screen. And let's double check. Okay, so as you can see, the survey is gray and then the proposed is black. And as we talked about from the beginning, you can see clearly the top is the proposed and the bottom under it is whatever it is, because the whole point of this sheets is plan profile roadway to be in the center of the case. And like I said, I recommend you to go learn more about the pen table, because that will be actually helpful. Because sometimes printing, some people think it's so easy. You just add DGNs here and then click on print. Sometimes it doesn't work because there are some problems. I guess I'm going to say one last thing. If there are one thing I haven't said, which is instead of using pen tables, I've seen some people actually familiar with using level override. I would say I don't prefer that, but if you are comfortable with that, do that. Which let me show y'all an example. quick example of what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the thing. So in case, I guess, you're in Florida, but you don't want to use this, the logic, you want to do like the level override, or if you are in any other state, this will work with any workspace. What you can do is, my friend, which is something I do not like, but I wanted to show y'all how you can do it. So for example, I'm gonna go here to the topo and click on this one and then just move down. I'm gonna select everything. The used and unused. I mean, you see me in the used level or not. And then right click and do properties. And then you go here. This is the override symbology. So I want everything to stay as it is, right? I don't want to change the style because I want the tree to still look like a tree, utility to look like utility and all that. So I'm only going to change the color. So come here and type the color 20. Remember the same 20 we saw in the script? So let's do apply and then do OK. And also the UTX too, if we want to do that. Select all of them. Oh my god, what is inside this file? It seems like inside this file there are also survey elements. Oh god. Anyway, so let's do override here. 20. And then override on, override on. Actually, no, the style and I'll just leave those off. And do apply. Because yeah, I still want the utilities to stay the same style and weight. Let's go to topo too. Let me make sure the override is off. Yeah, see, it's already did it. It's off for the style and the weights. We only wanna do the color. Do that. Apply again. Do OK. So now override is here. So if you look here, you don't see it. What you need to do if you want to follow this method, you need to come here and open override. Turn it on. And then let's go plan 2. Let's turn it on to here. And then let's go to the sheet. And let's turn on the override. So let's do a quick print. You already can see the gray here, right? So as you can see, poop, we can print it. Let's do a test. Okay, I may get it. It's another screen. Here we go. Okay. Whoop. The gray is gray. And the black is black. So that's just another method. Both can work. I do not like override, but do what works for you. And with that, thank you so much. We are done with alignments.